Looking at some video software today, Aiarty Video Enhancer, which the company sent in for a review. Keep this short and to the point. We're going to look through some of the user interface first, and just to give you an overall idea on the operation of the software. I do recommend that you download the AI models. If you have the trial version though, you can't do that. The other settings that we have are pretty standard really. You may remember I looked at the photo enhancer not long ago, and this is very similar but obviously tailored for video. And those options are for the video and for the audio codec. The top part you can have the split view, or you can move the slider across. I personally like the split view because it gives you a very quick visual indication of what's going on. With the playback, you can adjust the clip starting and end position. You can drag and drop files in or just open them up and pull them in from a folder. Over each thumbnail there's an eye which gives you some of the information on the file. On the right hand side, this has the option for changing the CPU or the GPU. I have quite an old GPU in this computer, but it does do the job. And we have the 3 AI models with the upscaling option, so you can try and convert videos from lower resolution up to higher resolution with more detail. The rest of the options are pretty much standard, including adjustments for rotation, contrast, shadows, highlights, that sort of thing, which is very much expected. Important to stress, this isn't a full-blown video editor. It is just some of the common settings that you might need. Denoiser for audio. I'm just going to be looking at the video in this particular one, but that works well enough. There's no issues with that. Pretty straightforward in terms of the layout. I don't think anybody's going to have any problems with that. I'm going to give you some video samples to look at, which we can just see how effective this is. The main thrust of it is video enhancement in terms of details, which I'm showing you here on screen. The original video is a bit on the soft side, so it does use AI technology to try and improve the details. I can't stress enough though that you should try all of the 3 different models because the results can be quite different. And that slider with the strength is also very important. You can overdo it and it can look a bit artificial at times. So I recommend starting at around about the mid-level and then playing around with it. In a similar way to the photo software that I looked at, it can sometimes create false details. Doesn't happen that often, but if you're looking at fine parts of an image, windows, tiles and things of a similar nature, that's why that strength slider is very important, because it does make quite a big difference. You'll notice that I'm looking at still clips from the video, and the reason for that is you can't get a live preview when you're playing the entire clip. So I recommend that you go through different sections of a clip just to double check on the areas that you're looking at. You can see it's made a big difference in terms of the roof tiles. The roof tiles have improved significantly with using the software. With this video, it's quite noisy, so I'm just going to demonstrate the noise reduction. Again, I do recommend trying the different AI models because they can be significantly different in terms of their output. And you can see that grain pattern has been removed effectively. Now this one's another obvious difference in terms of the details that you can extract. The original video file is fairly low resolution. It's managed to pull out quite a bit of detail. It doesn't look dramatically over processed, but again, I do recommend that you check around on specific areas of detail to make sure that you have the effect that you want to get. Processing times can vary quite a bit depending on the resolution and how much you're upscaling, if you're upscaling. The system requirements aren't that steep on this, but do bear in mind you'll need something fairly decent if you're working with higher resolution files. Here's another example where I'm just going to tweak the image a bit. You can see the details have improved quite dramatically. Original is a bit on the flat side. A couple of tweaks on the slider and we can bring that into a slightly more punchy picture. And it's useful to have some of the basic adjustments there where you can work on a clip where you might not need to go into a full video editor. So I'm going to make this normal speed clip, try and make it into a slow motion one, and I'm going to show you that on screen how well that does. It adds additional frames, so it tries to give you a more realistic looking video. If you just slowed that clip down, it wouldn't look anywhere near as good as this. So overall, I think the software is quite good. If you've got any thoughts, questions, or anything else you want to mention, drop a comment below. Next video will be coming up shortly, and thanks for watching.